A soldier's worst nightmare. My name is Jeremy Johnson. I'm a corporal in the U.S. Army, 75th Ranger Regiment. A couple weeks ago, we were deployed to Iraq. We set up camp at a classified base, just 5 miles outside of Fallujah. This military base was kinda small, had a couple of state-of-the-art AH-64 Apaches, compatible with wiping out a whole city with their combined firepower. It has some brand new M1A3 Abrams and about 20 Humvees and personnel carriers. There seemed to be maybe only about 150 people on base. A good number, but a small considering the tactical importance of Fallujah. We were told a cell of ISIS terrorists had taken over the city once again, and our job was to take it over again. After we got our shit set up in the barracks, our CEO called us in for our missing briefing. Colonel Broddock stood in front of our projector screen with detailed imaging of AO. He demanded in a cursed voice, "Sit your asses down, close your mouths, and open your ears." Everyone found their seats. We knew that there was no time for shits and giggles. We have received reports that the ISIS cell that took over the city, Fallujah, has managed to get their hands on a biological weapon. The only information we are able to get on this matter is the fact that it's Soviet-made, most likely locked away and forgotten about before the collapse of the Soviet Union. The tension in the briefing room was so thick, you could cut it with a knife. The impressions on our faces were cold, emotionless. A couple of the greenies in the back were dripping with fear, or what it was, come from this mission. On March 31st, 600 hours, ISIS activated the biological bomb. In the center of the city, we sat in the squad that specializes in biological warfare to investigate. They went dark after sending this transmission. The colonel then clicked on the audio files on the computer. I sat there wondering, what kind of weapon could silence an entire city? How could somebody be so fucking cruel to unleash it upon innocent people? The silence in the room was broken by the sound of desperation and the sound of pure terror. "This is Alpha Mike Charlie, requesting immediate assistance to grid coordinates 5 Alpha Delta Sierra 403-27155. Our position is being overrun with enemy personnel. I repeat, our position is being overrun by enemy personnel." In the background of the transmission, it was absolute chaos. There was gunfire from the standard M4 assault rifles, soldiers yelling at each other. The only sound that they're missing without returning gunfire, the only thing I heard besides our guys yelling and firing was these awful screams. They sounded inhuman. I looked around at the briefing room to see cold, emotionless faces filled with look of disbelief mixed with terror. Our perimeter is down. We are running out of men. "Those things, they're too fast," he said, as if they were being attacked by superhuman zombies. "But that's impossible, right? Fuck it, there are too many of them. Stay away from the city. I repeat, stay away from the city." After that, the transmission went dark. We didn't hear nothing else from them. The toughest nails, hard-ass soldiers that filled the briefing room were thought to be fearless warriors. But every single bone in our bodies were filled with anxiety. From the back of the room, one of the greenies stood up and shouted, "We're supposed to go into the city after whatever the hell happened to those guys?" We all stared at him. He slowly sat down after realizing he sounded cowardly. The colonel then continued with the mission briefing. "You'll be used special issue hazmat suits for this operation. It is light and protective. The biological weapon seems to be in Arsenal. So if your suit is punctured, you will be considered a threat and put into quarantine for observation until verified you are not a danger to your fellow soldiers. You will enter the city in armored personnel carriers. You will be escorted by 2 Apache choppers until you are just a mile out. We don't need to spread this thing around further by flying over the city. It is now 1900 hours. You will roll out at 0 hours and link up with SEAL Team 2 outside the city. They will be marked by strobes. Your mission is to provide security and cover fire in case gets hairy. They will be making their way to the center of the city to recover the weapon, so that we can gain further information on it. Any questions? I looked around. Everyone sat calm, quietly, with blazing fire in their eyes. Perfect. Dismissed.